inspiration. I'm just filling it and it's falling on the table. But have you ever imagined that if the same thing, same inspiration will be taken on the presentation of the dish? Yes, you have heard right. We will be taking the inspiration of something that is fall on the plate but presented beautifully. We will be starting to our recipe, but before that, myself Karan Shridhar Bhujbalrao from IHM Mumbai, and I am representing IHM Mumbai in the competition of Jharkhand Online Cooking Show. So let's get started for the recipes and it. Now, as we know that we are making a good Goan Serradora, and for the Serradora we need a good cookie crumble. But yes, this is the year of the millet. So we are using foxtail millet and the mix of ragi millet to our crumble. Now, talking about the millet, now I would assure that for making any sort of crumble, we should use the millet only. Now, it is not only less in gluten so that our cookie remains crumbly and not soggy. Now, it's not in less in gluten but high in fiber, which ultimately result the good product for our health. Now, let's start making a good serradora, and for the serradora, let's start making the cookie crumble.
Now for the crumble elements are ready. We would be taking ragi and millet flour in our desk. After that we would be adding some cocoa powder in it. A cocoa powder will give some chocolate element as well as some dark color. After that we would be adding some sugar as a sugary element in it, and the sweeter to get a sweeter taste. After that we would be adding some sort of butter to create a crumbly texture. Avoid using water, it will get our crumble into soggy texture. Once it is well combined, we will make sure it is rested, and then it is baked in a preheated oven for 180 degrees Celsius for around 12 to 25 minutes. Now heading toward the cream, we would be getting condensed milk and the cream, and then well mix and put it in the fridge.
For the garnish element, we will be scooping out apple with the scorer. And just resting in the cold water.
Now we would be blanching our spears in the vanilla water. It will be cooked until it is firm enough. Now heading toward the second garnish, that is pomegranate gel. For the pomegranate gel, half of the pomegranate juice would be transferred in the saucepan. After that we would be using a thickening agent or setting agent, that is carrageenan powder. Now 1 teaspoon carrageenan powder would be used in half of it, and the other half of the juice would be transferred while the saucepan is on the flame. After that we would be transferring this to a pie dish and for refrigerate for around 1. Now for the strawberries we would be adding some powdered sugar and keep it for resting. Meanwhile our baked crumble would be again go to the grinder to get a smooth and firmer texture of the crumble. Now it will help us to create a good presentation bed. Same way we would be transferring our gel to the grinder to get a good flowing liquidy texture.
Let's start plate presentation.
Now we would be making a bed of cream and the condensed milk mixture onto our platter. Make sure it is thoroughly adjusted at each and every corner of the plate. After making it, we would be transferring our cookie crumble that is mixed in the grinder onto our platter. After putting all the crumbles, now let's start for the garnish elements. First, we would be taking some strawberries and arranging it at a certain angle to look it good and appetizing. We have used 3 strawberry pieces. Now heading to the second garnish, that is our apple. Now we have for the apple we have just adjusted with the mint leaves at the top just to represent as a whole fruit. Finally ending our presentation with a pomegranate gel we have been made using pomegranate juice and carrageenan powder. Along with it I have used some mint leaves to showcase a soil and a representation of small leaves in it. Finally, we would be ending our whole dish with a good lemon rind. Now, lemon rind will give us a good citrusy sort of bitterness as well as some sugary texture once we take a good wholesome bite from our serradora. After presenting our main platter, let's move to a gimmick element. Now, the gimmick element is a small shot glass. We would be adding some sort of cream and some sort of crumble in it. Once it is filled properly, we would be getting our glass to get into the refrigerator and let it chill to get a good temperature to hold its shape. And combining all the elements that we have prepared, finally we would be having our last presentation.
That we need to use any of the millet that we have used, multiple millets. A Goan traditional dish that we have used the falling serradora, and again the inspiration to it, that's the plate presentation in serradora, and again the last element that is remaining is the tasting the dish.